Kabuki is a traditional form of Japanese drama. It's really exciting to watch. Have you ever seen it?
Can't say that I have. I guess that I'm not quite as experienced as you, Jules. Although I'll admit, that guy there looks pretty interesting.
You'll see lots of fish in Japan, Hawkins. Japan's fishing fleet is one of the largest in the world. I'd take fish over hamburger any day. I love Japanese food, and miso soup is so good for you.
Wait! Aren't hamburgers good for you? Don't tell me you don't like hamburgers, Jules.
No time to lose, agents. Retrace your steps. Did you find anything at that bookstore in Rio?
Attention Vile Agent X86. The second half of the solution is near the fort in Mombasa. Look for a way to travel to the capital. Remain in contact.
No luck. Maybe we should check the spelling. Didn't I see that word written down somewhere? Check this out. It says here that Kenya has a population of 27 million people, 2 million of which reside in the capital, Nairobi. What are you reading?
Isak Dinneson's Out of Africa. A great adventure, and no long list of facts. Mombasa. Palm trees, ocean breezes, and excellent Kenyan coffee. But we can't get too relaxed. Carmen might be...
Anywhere. You're right. Let's get going. The database says that most Kenyans speak both Swahili and English.
Well, that'll be helpful. Let's check around the town. And I'd also like to figure out what that castle place is, over there behind the town.
Whoa! For a second there, I thought that person up there with the red coat and dark hair was Carmen Sandiego herself.
The hat isn't a fedora.
Yeah, I realize that now. My calculations tell me that in coming here, our calculations must have been off.
See, Hawkins, gadgets aren't the answer to everything.
Did you know that Venice is built on a cluster of islands and has more than 400 bridges?
Yeah, I've traveled the canals of this ancient seaport by boat. There aren't any cars anywhere in Old Town Venice.
Goldsmiths and silversmiths have had their shops here on the Ponte Vecchio since the 1500s.
Florence is one of the world's great centers of art. Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Masaccio, and Donatello all worked here.
That means Florence must have been a pretty significant place during the Renaissance, a time when history, science, and the arts flourished.
Florence is one of the...
This part of Florence is called Ponte Vecchio. It was originally a Roman bridge and spans the narrowest part of the Arno River. I wonder which autopilot system they've got on this rig. What do you think?
Not sure, although it's probably turned off now. We're getting ready to land. No clues here.
Well, at least we got to get out and stretch our legs. Breathe a little fresh air.
Back when... Look at the great food here. Mombasa is famous for its beautiful Swahili carvings. Check out those around that door. You can take the train from here in Mombasa to Nairobi, the capital of Kenya. Carmen and I took the trip once on a trail of a mysterious man who was poaching endangered species. I'll tell you about it sometime, Hawkins.
This must be the clue intended for that vial agent. Too bad, Carmen Sandiego. We got here first.
But what does she mean by the 3 rings? This case is getting complicated. We should remember to check my journal often so we can keep track of things. Look! Look over there! That helicopter! Carmen owns a helicopter like that one, I'm sure of it.
Agents Jules Argent and Shadow Hawkins. Come in, Chief. We think we spotted Carmen Sandiego's helicopter over Mombasa. She may have been here. Any chance of getting some backup to trace that helicopter?
There are no available Acme agents in the area. It's up to you and Jules. This is exactly the kind of situation I had in mind when I put the 2 of you together. Carmen Sandiego is no easy catch, Hawkins. Be careful.
We'll be careful, Chief. But we need to find out more about that fort over there. The helicopter lifted off from right behind it. That book we scanned in Rio. It was all about Portuguese forts. Maybe that vial agent was researching this one.
Habari.
Mangoes, bananas, tomatoes, pawpaws, passion fruit, potatoes.
It doesn't matter how hot it is in the lowlands, there's always snow on Mount Kenya, second tallest mountain in Africa. If we had the time, I'd vote for a camel tour of Samburu Game Reserve.
Watch out for crocodiles on Lake Turkana. It has a very large colony of Nile crocodiles.
We have a special today. Tours of the wonderful Portuguese Fort Jesus. But I must eat fast and cannot leave my store unattended. Would you be so kind as to get me some ugali? Oh, by the way, someone left this on the bus. I have no use for it. Do you want it?
Well, there's some interesting stuff here. I wonder why the page was ripped out. Well, I don't think we need it, but I'll go ahead and make a note of it in my journal.
Why bother? We're chasing Carmen Sandiego, not some legend of a lost treasure. Let's go find some ugali. Maybe the database can help us figure out what ugali is.
No time to lose, agents. Retrace your steps.
I am still very hungry for some ugali.
Look, on the side of the bus, Kilimanjaro. Now that's a mountain.
You can see it from Kenya, but it's actually in Tanzania.
Look, they have ugali here. What is it anyway?
It's a thick porridge made from corn flour. Lots of Kenyans eat it. Let's get some for the tour guide.
Okay, many thanks for the food. Now off we go to Fort Jesus. These cannons remind us of Fort Jesus' violent history. It changed hands 9 times. The fort is also a museum which features the wreck of a ship that sank in Mombasa Harbor in 1697. The site chosen for the fort was a coral ridge at the entrance to the harbor. Fort Jesus was built by Portuguese colonists in 1593, and this design on the door is known as the Puzzle of the Three Rings.
This could be promising, but it looks like we need more clues to help us solve it.
I think you're right, Jules, but I feel that we're getting really close.